What is going on, Elite FPA Belfast community? So, today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 things that is holding your ass back from taking the next step in your business. So, over the last week or so, actually just after my mastermind event, it never really dawned on me some of this stuff is what people are struggling with, or should I say struggling, as Craig, my mentor, likes to say, stuck and struggling. So, of course, I just thought I would come on today and address it. And to be perfectly honest with you, there's going to be some stuff on here that you're not going to like, but do you know what? Awareness breeds change. So you have to be aware, first of all, of what the fuck is going on. And once you know what is going on, then you can change it. Just making sure that I'm live here. Yes, I am. Hit me up if you have any questions, dudes. Let me know in the comment section if the sound is okay. That would be good. Okay, so you're not going to like this first one. And this is a massive thing that I see fitness professionals being held back with. And that I should also say, I was held back with for a very, 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 very long time. Okay, so I have made these mistakes, and luckily for you, I have made them so you don't have to make them. Now, this basically came up recently, a couple of times actually, and I'm sure he won't mind me using him as an example. It was Aaron Keenan. So Aaron basically, he invested in himself. He came to my mastermind weekend, and we sat down and we looked at what he was doing. And of course, we picked a ton of holes in his business. All right. Now, one of the main things was that, and much like a lot of fitness professionals do face, was time. So I was like, I can't find time to do this, and I'm scattered and have no direction and all this type of stuff, right? So we sat down then and we looked at his structure and we looked at his week, and of course we found a lot of time within that. But the biggest problem was that the time that he was missing was being dedicated to himself. And what I mean by that was he was playing football for one, which probably took anywhere between 6 to 8 hours a week. He was watching Netflix. I think he was playing basketball and he was also watching basketball. Now, if you think about that, it's probably like it could have added up to nearly 20 hours a week, which he was dedicating to that. But the thing about that is, okay, so I asked Aaron, I said, dude, are you going to be a professional football player, or are you even getting paid right now for playing football? And his answer was no. All right. And what I would say is that, and like I say, you're probably not going to like this, but one of the biggest things that's holding you back is your pursuit of your athletic career. And like I said, this happened to me. I was trying to compete in kettlebell sport, and I was also trying to run a fitness business at exactly the same time. And if you take into account that within kettlebell sport, you are training 2 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week, then that's going to be a lot of hours that are dedicated to that sport, which could have been dedicated to building my fitness business. And what I will also say about that is that if you are in pursuit of some sort of athletic career, then on top of that, your intention and your energy is going to be focused internally. It's going to be focused internally. And if that is the case, then that is going to take the focus away from your customers, which are essentially your business. All right. So, some of you are probably going to say, but like we work in the fitness industry, and that's what we're a part of, and blah blah blah. And I get that, right? And I train every single day, but it is structured and it is set at a time where I get in, do the work in as short a time as possible, and I get out and I get the work on my number one priority, which is my family first and then my business. All right. So you have to sit and think to yourself, what is the priority? Is it becoming a high level athlete? And if that is the case, then you need to focus all of your energy and attention onto being a high level athlete. Or is it to grow your fitness business? And if that's the case, then all of your energy and attention has got to be focused on growing your fitness business. And one thing that I said to Shay at the mastermind, because obviously Shay is a GAA player and he's dedicating a lot of time to that as well. And he won't be saying that he wasn't getting paid for it. I said to him, dude, where energy flows, money goes, or was it the opposite way? Yeah, where energy goes, money flows is the opposite way about. And you know, that's just the reality. When your energy is focused on your business and your intention is focused on your business, then you are going to create more business. And already I know people are watching this and they're thinking, oh, but you know, I know some high level athletes who run a great fitness business. But what you have to also remember about that is that they were high level athletes before they started running a fitness business. Let me give you an example. 1 second, just to try this. Awesome. Okay, so let me give you an example. There's a guy, and I think he's actually just opening up a gym pretty soon. He's a wee fighter from Belfast called Ryan Burnett, right? And Ryan is, as far as I'm aware, opening a gym close to the Antrim area. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, he's a high-level athlete and, you know, he's opening a gym. But at the end of the day, he was a high-level athlete before he decided to open a fitness business. Will his fitness business be successful? I have no doubt about that whatsoever. I have no doubt about that. But what you have to remember is that, you know, he provided a lot of value to a lot of people throughout the years. His fights were really entertaining and he's a hero to some people. So, you know, they're like, if his business is a success, well, then you have to recognize that a lot of his energy was dedicated to doing that, to providing a lot of people with a lot of value. So, you know, deservedly so, that's what he's going to get. But if you're not going to get to that level, and you have to be realistic with yourself, you have to be realistic. If you're not going to get to that level, if it's not going to provide you with more income, you know, let's face it, it's the most important thing. If it's not going to provide you with more income, well, then your energy has to be focused on your fitness business. That has to become your number one priority. Okay, and like I said, I'm speaking from experience here because I did train 5-6 days a week in kettlebell sport. And then as soon as I stopped doing that, my fitness business exploded and it became much, much easier to run. All right. So again, any questions on that, just hit me up in the comments section. The second thing that I see, which is holding fitness professionals back right now, is that they are not getting enough social proof. Nowhere near enough, in fact. And you know, I'm going to use Aaron as another example. And I said this to him, like he basically had no social proof whatsoever from any of his customers. And I got him to go and do a video with a couple of his customers. And voila, he messaged me the next day and he was like, holy shit, man. You know, I've set up so many consultations and whatever from that. And it's like, yeah, surprise, surprise. You know, this shit works. It's not fucking rocket surgery. People, you know, people want social proof. Like people want to know if they can get results with you. And what you also have to remember is that your customer's voice is way more powerful than yours is. Now, another thing, I know what you're going to say, and I do use testimonial videos a lot within our business, like a lot, because for me, it is the most powerful thing that you can use in terms of your marketing. Like hands down, I do not care what anyone else says, right? It is the most powerful thing. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but I don't know what to say on video. And that is why I'm going to give you the exact steps right now that you can go and get one of your customers and ask them these exact questions. All right? You ask them these exact questions and nothing else. Number one, what were you doing before you decided to come and start coaching with me? Okay, that's the first question that you're going to ask, and they are going to tell their story, which there's a high probability their story will be exactly like the viewer's story as well. Okay. Second question you're going to ask, what were you skeptical about before you started coaching with me? And they're going to say what they were skeptical about, which there's a high probability is that the viewer are having the same reservations about your product or service as they did. Okay. Then you're going to ask them, when did you realize that coming on board with me was the right move? And they're going to say, you know, whenever the first day there, a couple of weeks in, blah, 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 whatever it is that they say. And then you're going to ask them, what's been the specific results so far? And they're going to say, well, I've dropped 10 pounds, I've more energy, I'm intimate again with my wife or husband, like whatever it is that they want to say. All right, they might say it there, but you get the gist. And then basically you're going to say, and who would you recommend this for? And they are going to say, well, suppose anyone that was in a similar position to me, anyone that was low on energy, couldn't sleep, poor diet. They're going to go into some detail about that. But at the end of the day, when they do that, essentially what they are doing is giving you a digital referral, which for me is hands down the most powerful type of referral there is. Okay, so you have no excuses whatsoever now. You need to get more social proof. And look, you know, you've got before and afters, you've got written testimonials. Like there is so much stuff there that you can use to, you know, in your marketing to propel your fitness business a lot more. All right. Let me see if I have any questions on the page here. No questions. Everyone is fucking smoking it right now. Awesome. 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 Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is culture. Okay. And, you know, I'll be honest, this wasn't something that was the center of attention in my business for a very, very long time, but it is now. Like it is the main thing that I focus on within my business. And for me, it's the most important thing. You know, I put up a post on this page the other day, was it, you know, some of the biggest mistakes that fit pros are making within their marketing, and one of them was an over reliance on Facebook ads. Now the thing about that is, right, a lot of fitness professionals do think, you know, if I just run a Facebook ad, I get more people in, and there's a lot of people that do market towards that, right? There's a lot of people that say, I can get you 30 leads within 30 days and you close them and blah, 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 blah. But like I said on the video, you know, if you have a fucked up culture, like if shit is not going well internally within your gym or within your fitness business, essentially what you're doing there is just, you are paying money for people to come in and see how shitty and fucked up your culture is. And what happens there? They go away and they tell their friends about it. So for me, culture is king. Culture is king. And the thing about that is that it takes a lot of hard decisions to get the type of culture that you want within your business. And you must walk the walk when it comes to building a culture. Because if you are pushing a certain message within your business, but you're not walking the talk, you know, people see through that bullshit. People fucking know. Trust me, people know. So it is important that, you know, as the leader within your fitness business, be it leading a team, be it leading your members, like whatever, you have to ride or die for your culture. Like you have to be the fucking king of your culture, or queen for that matter. So yeah, for me, culture is most important. Now, some of you are probably asking, you know, what is culture? And if you want, I will share a link in the comment section to a recent podcast that myself and Steve O'Clark done, all about culture and, you know, what it actually is, because you can't really describe it at the end of the day. So there's so many things that need to be addressed when it comes to building a culture, right? You know, some of them is just to give you an example, like the certain uniform that you wear, the certain belonging cues that you have, the feeling that people get. I mean, you know, culture is a feeling, an ethos. You know, it's hard to put into words exactly what that is. And, you know, today is probably not a good time to do it because I've got other stuff to get through. So I will share a link to that podcast in the comment section. And as always, if you find value in the podcast, then please share it with someone who you know it could help. Okay, so the next one, number 4, that is holding fitness professionals back is you're just not fucking selling enough. Like, literally, you're not selling enough. And, you know, essentially, if you're not selling, then you don't have a fitness business or a business at all for that matter. And some of you are going to ask, you know, like, how? Obviously, there's tons of stuff there in terms of creating leads and stuff for your business, but it doesn't even have to be externally. Like, there's loads of stuff that you can do internally, like offering, you know, upsells to your current customers. If obviously all of your energy is going to be focused on your customers, then there's loads of stuff that you can do internally in order to sell more and generate more revenue. Okay, so you have to find what's called your optimal selling strategy, your OSS. And once you have done that, it is going to make life so much fucking easier on you. But, you know, you do have to go through, obviously, some of the steps that I've covered before we get to selling. Okay, and then the final, well, not the final one, actually, I'm going to throw a wee bonus one in here. Number 5, you think that you can do everything the best within your business, which is just not true. You have to recognize that there are other people that can do jobs better than you. You know, just to give you an example, I used to think that I was the only person who could coach our clients at Hybrid. But I was wrong about that because my coaches, Steve O'Clark, Andrew, Megan, my business partner, PJ, they're all amazing and they all do an absolutely amazing job at Hybrid, and our members love them. And I barely work there a couple of hours a week. And it's just because those guys do such an amazing job that I can then dedicate some of my energy to other tasks, okay? Tasks that I am essentially better at, okay? Now, you know, that is exactly what you have to apply within your business. Like, I joke about this, but I said to Dave Elwood one time, who's on our mastermind, I said, you have to use the Other People app. And Dave went looking for an app called Other People, which was pretty fucking funny. But what I was talking about was use other people who have the type of skills that you don't possess and the unique abilities in order to grow your fitness business more. And, you know, some of you may be thinking, yeah, but like I work by myself and I have 20 clients or whatever, but it may be something as simple as hiring someone to clean the house, which will give you more time to dedicate to your number one priority. So it's not like all focused on business. Like, you can do this in multiple areas within your life. You know, another example was that I thought, oh, no one can teach the course like I do at Elite, which is horseshit, because right now, you know, I've brought Andrew Lawler on, and Andrew Lawler's teaching our part-time course, and he's doing an absolutely amazing job at it. And essentially, it just comes down to your leadership skills. So, you know, there are people that can do certain jobs better than what you can, and you should be okay with that. Like, be okay with not being amazing at everything. Like, myself and PJ, we were talking just the other day, and there's an analogy where, you know, would Albert Einstein be disappointed if he wasn't the best basketball player on a team? No, because it's not his unique ability. So be okay with not being good at everything. Like, I'm fucking shit at admin and I am shit at detailed thinking. So am I going to dedicate a lot of time to doing those things? No, I'm just not. I'm just going to do my unique abilities, and I'm going to use the other people app to progress those things so that I don't have to focus on it. Like, it is really fucking simple. Let me just check, see if I've got any questions on here. Andrew is killing it, dude. Andrew is killing it, without a doubt. Okay, so the bonus one. You don't have a coach, or you don't have someone holding you accountable. Okay, and for me, that is the most important one. And the sooner you accept that you have blind spots and that there is shit that you are missing, the sooner you accept that, the faster you are going to progress, right? Like, as soon as I started hiring coaches, like my first business coach was Sean McGarty. And as soon as me and Sean started working together, my business went through the roof because, of course, Sean, being the crazy bastard that he is with no filter whatsoever, he was able to pick out my blind spots and tell me where I was going wrong. And now I hire coaches in every area of my life. Like, I work with Craig Ballantyne. Sean is still my partner at Elite, and of course, if I'm doing shit wrong, he's going to point that out to me. And I also expect my team to point things out to me. So, it's not just paid coaches, which is a powerful tool, by the way. And this might sound like some sort of subliminal sales pitch, but I'm just being real. Like, it is the most powerful tool where you can have someone on the outside saying to you, this is what you need to do. You are missing this thing. Go and do it. And I promise you 100%, you will get results from having someone point you in the direction that you cannot see. And I would always make sure that it is someone who you do not want to disappoint. All right. Now, for me personally, like, I invest the capital in this thing because in my mind, if I'm paying, like, if I've invested with my watch in my wallet, which I do, then no matter what, I am going to execute on the information that I'm given, which for me is most important. Because here's the thing, some of you guys watching this will take in the information, and because you're not paying for it, you won't fucking apply it, which drives me absolutely fucking insane, if I'm being completely honest. Which is why I charge for my mastermind. And it's why people get results, because they are invested with their watch and their wallet, meaning their time and their money, which means they get awesome results. Now, here's the thing as well, okay? I would arguably say that my biggest accountability partner is my wife. And she doesn't charge me money. She doesn't charge me money for it. But for me, it's emotional accountability. Okay? So if I want to do something, then I simply have to tell my wife what I'm going to do. And if I don't do that thing, she holds me accountable. And to be quite honest, she makes me feel like a piece of shit if I haven't done it, which I like very much. And she is the person in this world who I most deeply do not want to disappoint. And her accountability doesn't cost me a penny. What it costs me is emotional accountability. And if I don't do the thing that I told her I'm going to do, I feel like shit. And, just to give you an example, today, I wasn't even going to do this live at 11. I wasn't going to do it because I thought, first of all, I don't charge for these. And I know I'm giving a lot of value. And people don't fucking implement, which drives me nuts, like I just said. But then Katrina called me on my bullshit when I told her I wasn't going to do it for them reasons. And she only said one thing to me. She said, consistency is king, which I say all the time. And because she called me on my bullshit, now I'm on this live at 11. and now I know I have provided you with a lot of value. Okay, so just to recap, the things that are holding you back most. Number one, your athletic career. It's not about you. It is about the people you serve. You now work in a service-based industry, or you are hoping to work in a service-based industry. And you should not be getting into the industry because you like training. You should be getting into the industry because you want to see other people succeed. So it's not about you. Number two, you're not getting enough social proof. Like literally from day one, you need to be getting social proof. You need to be showing people your results, and you need to be getting in front of as much eyeballs as possible. Number three, you need to focus on culture, right? Culture is king. Number four, you're not selling enough. You need to build your optimal selling strategy in order to grow your fitness business as fast as you possibly can. Number five was you think that you can do everything the best. Like you think you're the best at everything, and in reality is that you're not, because there are people out there who can do loads of jobs better than you can, and you need to find people like that. You need to lean into their unique ability, and you need to accept that you are not the best at everything. And then the final one, the bonus one, is that you don't have a coach. That is just the reality. If you don't have a coach, there is a ton of shit that you're missing and a ton of money that you're leaving on the table. Okay? So get a coach, get someone to be accountable to who you deeply do not want to disappoint. Make yourself accountable, and I promise you 100% that the growth is going to be exponential in no time. Okay? So I'll share the podcast in the comment section. And like I say, as always, I'd love some of your feedback. And if you have any questions, then simply just get in touch and I will gladly help you out, but only if you execute on the information. Adios.